Welcome back to Top 5.
The arena lay shrouded in a visceral haze of excitement, its grand design an intricate assembly of myth and grandeur, the cries from the audience echoing in the bounds of the ethereal structure. Luminescent beams adorned the colossal columns, casting a surreal radiance upon the battleground where two titans of legend were set to clash. All eyes turned to the combatants. Ranked second, Odin, the Allfather, a figure of wisdom and authority wrought in the finest armor of Asgardian steel. His long, silver hair flowed like rivulets of moonlight, and his spear, Gungnir, radiated an intimidating glow. Facing him was the revered sixth-ranked, Thor, the god of thunder, whose biceps seethed with tension and power. Mjolnir, his enchanted hammer, thrummed with a lightning pulse as he held it aloft, the air vibrating around him. The horn resounded, a clarion call that sent shivers through the assembled crowd, anticipatory gasps rippling like a tempest through the arena. With that single note, the battle began. Odin surged forward, spear raised high, and with unparalleled agility, he thrust Gungnir, aimed directly at Thor's heart. Thor dodged, executing a graceful spin, and countered with a mighty swing of Mjolnir that sent a shockwave pulsating through the ground. Odin leaped back just in time, the hammer whooshing narrowly past him, its wake leaving trails of flickering light. "Oh, my son," Odin's voice thundered, echoing across the field, "do not underestimate me." Thor grinned, his fierce blue eyes glinting with determination. "I have never doubted your power, father." With that, he channeled his energy, charging forward like a tempest. The two collided with a ferocious clash, Mjolnir meeting Gungnir, the resulting shockwave sending ripples through the arena as the roar of thunder followed. Thunderclaps erupted as Mjolnir swung down with relentless ferocity, each strike aimed at shattering Odin's defense. They danced around each other, their moves a blend of battle choreographed through centuries of rivalry and respect. With a sidestep, Odin parried Thor's final blow, twisting gracefully to capitalize on his son's momentum and twisting to land a solid elbow strike against Thor's midsection. Air rushed from Thor's lungs as he staggered back, but the god of thunder steadied himself, eyes ablaze in a mixture of challenge and fierce pride. He summoned the storm, calling upon the essence of the lightning itself, and with a ring of energy surrounding him, he unleashed it toward his father. The arena lit up as bolts of energy tore through the air, sizzling toward Odin with lethal precision. But Odin, with cunning wisdom, deflected it with Gungnir, redirecting the energy. It ricocheted into the ground, sending shards of the earth flying into the air, illuminating the chaotic scene with ephemeral sparks. The spectators gasped, the tension mounting as Odin rushed forward. He launched a flurry of calculated strikes, each one blocked or countered by Thor's relentless defenses. The battle escalated in intensity. Thor, pushed to his limits, focused all of his might into a single strike. He pivoted, swinging Mjolnir with raw force while invoking an oath of thunder. The air crackled as a massive storm gathered, culminating in a crackling sky above them. In that heartbeat, Thor felt the very power of the heavens flow through him. But Odin was prepared. With a swift motion, he redirected the storm itself, bending it to his will with a flick of Gungnir. In a heartbeat, he countered, a strike so precise it could only be described as a fate-defining blow. The energy collided with Thor, he stumbled back, momentarily disoriented. As the dust settled, their eyes locked. Two legends equally matched and desperate, the emotional stakes rising higher with each pulse of combat. The crowd cheered, but beneath it all, a tension lingered. They were not just striker and defender, they were father and son, champions and warriors, torn by their obligations and love. "Thor!" Odin called out, voice laced with affection that mingled with urgency. "This is not a fight to the death. I must win. For Loki, and for us." Thor's psyche bore the weight of the world and the piercing memory of Loki's sacrifice, a hollow ache in his heart, propelling him in a furious whirlwind of striking blows. He closed the distance, throwing a series of relentless punches, each followed by a crackling burst of energy that illuminated the arena. But Odin countered with the wisdom of ages, sidestepping, pivoting, and countering with an unfathomable precision that could only come from centuries of battle experience. The atmosphere shimmered with energy, the crowd captivated by the interplay of fury and finesse unfolding before them. For what felt like an eternity, the battle raged on, showcasing the epitome of strength and combat prowess. Time blurred as exhaustion began to set in. Odin thrust Gungnir forward, its tip barely grazing Thor's armor, a stark reminder of their intensity. Budding feelings of doubt crept into Thor's heart, yet he shook them away, recalling every moment shared with Loki and his vow of protection. With a final roar, he summoned every shred of energy left in his body, brought Mjolnir down with unbelievable force. Odin met it with Gungnir, holding strong, muscles straining against the intoxicating power of that blow. The crack resounded like thunder, and both titans stood motionless in that electrified instant, breaths heavy, acknowledging that they were pushed to their very limits. Then, in a moment of clarity, Odin spoke softly, his voice filled with paternal love. "Thor, this battle will not end in your triumph. You are powerful, but I was forged for this meant to be. My son, the weight of the world is thick, and I will bear it for us." In that moment, something within Thor shifted. The embers of resolve blinked like dying stars, realization coursed through him. Stricken with the weight of an impending loss, he turned Mjolnir downward, surrendering, yet resilient. "Father, I cannot." Odin's compassion resonated through the air as he nodded, expressing understanding deeper than any rival could fathom. Surrounded and weary, Thor's body sagged, succumbing to the realization that this moment was not about winning but rather allowing the circle of fate to continue unbroken. As the audience erupted in applause for the champions, the battle that had seemed to rage infinitely reached its poignant crescendo, a culmination of love and sacrifice. Thor, acknowledging his defeat, stepped back, the energy slowly dissipating. With a heavy heart, he bowed his head. Odin's eyes shimmered with pride and sorrow. "I promise to win it all for Loki, for you, my son." Later, in the quiet solitude of his chambers, Thor entered with a thunderous heart and a hollow weight in his soul. The exhilaration of battle clung to him like a lingering storm, yet as he approached his bed, his eyes caught something strange, a neatly placed envelope resting on the sheets, inviting yet foreboding. He reached for it with hesitant hands, the parchment giving beneath his touch as he unfolded it. His breath hitched. It was an invitation to enter the superhero who will win tournament, a chance to rise again, a call promising new battles and new hope. It bore the wisdom of the ages, entreating him to step forward, reigniting a flicker of hope within him. With steely determination in his heart and memories of both love and loss etched into his soul, Thor pondered the path ahead, ready to embrace the next chapter of destiny.
In a faded dream where the shadows play, I'm drifting through the night, chasing ghosts away.